welcome everybody to the X8 VRML Season 1 North American Top 8 Double Elimination Tournament. My name's Nightfire with 2 E's. I will be your sole conductor into today's journey into the best of the best in the North American region in X8. If you're not familiar, a free-to-play game much akin to other hero shooters in the 2D ecosystem, but obviously played out in VR. And we are watching number 2 versus number 3 in the regular season battle it out today in the winner's bracket, for a chance to advance on to the semifinals. And for those that are tuning in and don't know, this is VRML, where we run a regular season for a variety of different competitive VR games. X8, a new addition to the VRML family, but one that I've found to really enjoy, especially at the high level, especially with teams like this, Eclipse and REKT, who have played for 11 weeks of regular season gameplay where they get matched up against an opponent each week and compete against them. It's how we end up with this record for both teams. Eclipse 8-3, REKT 10-2. Both squads boasting some impressive win-to-loss ratios there, and both squads having a match history against each other, with Eclipse taking it to a 3-map decider, going 16-7. It does mean that REKT did take a map against Eclipse the last time they played them, and if we look at the overall record, REKT do have a bit of a stronger record at the end of the season. If we look at how we got here over the course of this postseason, well, it's been, again, a double elimination bracket. So last weekend, we had round 1 of this double elimination bracket, where Acer went up against Polaroids and won. Eternity went up against Heaven Gardens and won. Eclipse went up against Rakuzen and won, and REKT went up against Express and won. We then went in with these winners to our round 2 of the winners bracket, which we played yesterday, where we had Acer and Eternity battle it out in one of maybe the best X8 matches I've had the opportunity of tuning into. An incredible series. Went the way of Eternity in a bit of a surprise, in my opinion, with Acer being one of the more dominant squads over the course of the regular season, being that number 1 seed. And so Eclipse and REKT have a lot to stand up to the point in today's series, which is just about 10 minutes away from firing up. We will then dive into Eclipse versus REKT, so we are just a little bit away from that. We've also did play losers bracket out, where we had Heaven's Garden win through that and Rakuzen win through the losers bracket. So Acer will go up against Rakuzen next weekend, and is that right? No, tomorrow. Acer goes up against Rakuzen, and Heaven's Garden goes up against the loser of this series. Next weekend, we have the semifinals, where we are going to qualify 2 teams to advance on to play live at VRML Con for their grand finals. A tremendous opportunity where we are able to fly out those 2 teams because of our sponsorship with Third Verse, who do support us, the developers of X8, a fantastic developer who has been really great in their support of us over the course of the regular season, and we really do appreciate them coming in and being and enabling us to fly out what is 10 players to play out live on stage their grand finals. If you want to watch them play on stage, you can either tune in to a live stream or go physically to the event. Buy tickets right now by going to vrmlcon.com, and you can limited time hotel deal there, only available till the 25th. If you haven't booked your room, you only have 10 days left to do it. We'll be putting an announcement out next week to make sure everyone does get their bookings in if they haven't already. But excellent deal by the Holiday Inn Express, and a big shout out again to Third Verse for supporting the VRML and enabling us to fly out the finalists. It's going to be a tremendous tournament over the course of 2 days. That's going to be 4 regular seasons for different games coming together to play out live on stage. So we're bringing a lot of communities together, a lot of the FPS communities together, and I can't wait for VRML Con. Again, possible because of that sponsorship from Third Verse. So a big shout out to them. We're also sponsored by HyperX. There will be over 2,000 in hardware being given away at the convention. So if you buy a ticket, there's a pretty good chance that you'll actually get back the cost of the ticket in hardware if you go, because we're giving away so much hardware at VRML Con. So do keep, again, the eyes peeled. And if you haven't already, get your ticket for VRML Con, because, again, our sponsors coming in and supporting us there. I think that's it for us here in the pre-show, which is what this has been. If you have been tuning in, hanging out, listening to me ramble, I am just sort of prepping us for what is going to be an exciting series about 7 minutes away from now. I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back, I should be prepping us for map number 1 in this series of Eclipse versus REKT. Again, you're not going to want to miss this action. It is rank 2 versus rank 3 in the regular season. There's match history between them, and I think I'm going to lean into REKT's favor just based off of regular season record. I do think Eclipse have the past match history in their advantage, so who knows what we're going to get today. That's the beauty of the postseason. That's why we're tuning in here today. It's why you don't want to go anywhere, and it's why you're going to come back in about 6 minutes when we do jump in to map number 1. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome, everybody, to the X8 VRML Season 1 North American Top 8 Double Elimination Tournament. My name's Nightfire with 2 E's, and I'm your sole conductor into the best of the X8 that VRML has to offer, and so far, the best of the X8 that VRML has to offer is amazing. We have watched some incredible games at the top here across the North American region. The last matchup, which you're seeing some replays of here, Acer and Eternity, was fantastic. Heaven's Garden and Polaroids was a great battle. We're seeing stellar competition across the board because at the end of the day, there's a good chunk of change on the line. $1,000 coming in support from Third Verse, the developers of X8. A big shout out to them. $1,000 in cash on top of flights for the 2 best teams, the 2 top teams in North America. They get flown out to play live on stage at VRML Con, a 2-night stay at Denver, Colorado, July 20th and 21st. It's a tremendous opportunity that I'm really grateful of and thankful again towards the Third Verse team for enabling us to do this. So a big shout out to them. And I've said this enough already, but I had to say it again. We're ready to go into our first map of the afternoon, which if you are knowledgeable of the matchup history, you could have guessed it is going to be Neo Yakuza for map number 1 of the afternoon. And you look at the match history here, you see 65% win rate from Eclipse, 65% win rate from REKT. It is the perfect middle ground for these 2 teams to feel each other out, get an idea of what they're bringing to the table this afternoon in the postseason. And I think we're going to see a very even series here to open things up with map 1. Just based off of win percentages. Both teams can't win 65%, right? We'll have to see, again, how that goes here in map number 1 of this best of 3. If you are just tuning in, you're here just in time for, again, the rank 2 world in North American versus rank 3 in North America, Eclipse versus REKT. And here we go into round number 1 on map number 1 on Neo Yakuza. Big shout out to everyone tuning in, hanging out, and enjoying the action today. If you didn't hang out for the pre-show, we appreciate you. We're here now for map number 1, round 1. We appreciate you, but it is going to be Eclipse on the defense, REKT on the attack, and round 1. Well, let's see. What do we got? Hazmat. Definitely be running point over at A site. Could be getting a bit aggressive potentially on the extension out of A if they so choose. Little defensive territories getting slapped down, and if anything, it seems the most of REKT have different plans. They seem to at least all be stacked for a squad push. That could very easily change based off of the early openers, but you are seeing 2 teams that understand and know X8 and these maps thoroughly. There is not a question on these teams and any of these players about how to maneuver, how to outmaneuver, different things to look for. The tracking dart comes out and gets nicely shot out before it identifies anyone's position. Teleport up to the top floor. Slowed down, a pillar down there to slow. Hazmat. Nero, excuse me, trying to look to use their character's ability. That big chargeable rifle there. Ends up putting out a big explosion downrange. A good AoE bit, but with Hazmat down, we won't be seeing that coming out on the defensive side. So a little bit of a utility piece down. A nice peek out. Sleepy catches Sleet. A good bit of defensive aggression. 2 pylons down to disrupt this swing over towards the siphon, though, which is into the hands of Trev, who is going to push this corner and does catch Sleepy. Tucked in there, and, well, that B site getting shut down. But doesn't matter. With siphon down at A, the rotations are coming in. Chicken, Waffle, and Trev alone in their efforts, with the concern there of Nero using their character ability, and they'll catch Waffle down. Looking for 2. They pick up a double. And that's the round opener for REKT. Really nice job from Hazmat there out the gate. Using their hero's innate ability there, that railgun, to find that first kill, and then... Actually, I think it was Psykilla that caught the shot on the back end, but either way. Good bit of team coordination, and now we're seeing Hazmat looking potentially use their gun. A standard sort of meta way of prepping it and charging it and having that charge ready to explode at a certain time is to charge it, and then if you don't want to use it, throw it away. So we saw that there from Hazmat. Here comes the ult. Doesn't tag anyone on the attacking side initially. Excuse me, defending side. Ooh, but Chicken and Akari trading 1-for-1. Up over the center towards that AB site, and Akari finds another and a good bit of zoning from that fire nade, but eventually that dissipates, and 50 seconds left still for the 4v3. Shots over the top connect, do some good damage on the Sleet. Pillar down to slow movement through. And a great ability there used from Nero, catching the kill over the top. That pillar does go down, the pylon, excuse me, does go down. Nice swing from Trev for a 1-for-1, but that's all it is. Where is Siphon going to be planted is the question. Team seems to be rotating over towards B, and the Siphon is going to go down. It's going to be up to Waffle. Alone in a 1v3 with 100 HP, and they'll get picked up. Akari finds the kill. 2-0 opener here for REKT out the gate. And again, if we look at match history between these two teams, Eclipse is the arguable favorite. 16-7 the last time they went up against each other over the course of 3 maps. It does mean, though, that because it's 3 maps, that REKT did win a map against them. So REKT leading 2-0 here isn't a big surprise to me. They are, you want this, you know, a rank lower than Eclipse, but that's really all it is. So we'll see if Eclipse can start performing to the expectations of their team here as we dive into round 3. Bit of zoning tossed out there by Nero, but no one home on the top floor, and Psykilla is going to catch one on the bottom. A peek out from Hazmat, the zoning there, but Mad Dog flying forward, catching the kill. And now it's up to Sleetso and Trev to try and pull this thing back together in a 2v5. And it's only 1 down at the end of the day as Sleepy does get picked off. The Siphon goes down by REKT. And a less than ideal opener here for the Eclipse squad, the rank 2 team in the region, having a tough time on Neo Yakuza. A map that, again, both teams share a 65% win rate. The question I have is, what is the amount of rounds played? Is that comparable? Yeah, 51-68.
Start.
Good zoning, good utility, enabling some denial of vision in this push forward here. The ult coming out, and shots over the top onto Chicken, connecting. Mad Dog finding that forced move rotation out from that ult. Over the top. Nero trying to connect. Sleepy goes down in a 1-for-1. Utility comes out from Nero, doesn't connect, and Siphon goes down from Akari on A site. Oh, and a quick kill on the Waffle as they try to dash. Another quick kill on the Hazmat puts Sleetso on the backside alone and quickly dead to Nero's rifle through the long hallway as REKT, with 3 left alive that time, come out on top for another point. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Get an idea of where the kills are sitting mostly, and it seems to be into Nero's hands. 8-1 so far on map 1. It is the attacking side, and I can't recall in the past where Neo Yakuza has sat attacking or defensive favored. Oftentimes maps favor one or the other side, but the defending side definitely not going good here for Eclipse. This first map, I mean, this could be where REKT got that 7 points against Eclipse for that, you know, the 3-map series that they did have. Another ult coming in, the push coming up. 2 down quickly. As B site well in their control. A good bit of smoke here to zone out. Siphon goes down. The 2 defenders on site trying to hold things down. Flash around the corner. Doesn't connect as Hazmat does catch Sleepy on the flank. Waiting for Waffle to push up. They peek and find 2. They'll go down. And in the chaos, almost connecting onto Chicken, but they will push forward. Take a bit of HP damage, lose all of their armor. They need Hazmat to pinch on the backside, but Hazmat doesn't have the option. They're getting suppressed too. They'll catch one. Hazmat will be looking for more as they pop out, but they'll get picked up by Nero over the top. A nice kill there for REKT. That puts them up 5-0 on this opener here on map 1. Actually, now that I think about it, hold on. 16. No, they didn't win a map, did they? Yeah, that's losing 2 maps. No, yeah, I don't know why I thought that was a map win. So they lost 2 maps, but they got 7 points. Okay, so maybe we're starting to see a bit of a story here unfold where maybe potentially REKT favor one side specifically on Neo Yakuza. Maybe we'll see a swap here when we side swap after round 7. Not there yet, though. Ult coming in from sleep. They'll be teleported back to that triangle they placed if they go down. They do push up, though, and will get a lot of information for Chicken and, well, Sleep to work with. Sleepy with a really nice refrag. Mad Dog picking up Trev on the rotation. And then what was a pretty decent initial push from Eclipse does get picked apart. Still, though, 3-3 at the end of the day, and Eclipse maybe with their best round yet. As REKT's trying to rotate over towards B. Mad Dog finds a nice snap kill up the stairs. B site wide open. Who's defending? Hazmat. Pylon down there to hold things for a second, but that's all it really was. And with 35 seconds left, they're going to have plenty of time to get a Siphon down. Ult coming in from Psychillo to boost the team. Doesn't help much on Waffle there as Waffle finds one on the backside. Hazmat finds another, and we're into a 1v1. Hazmat versus Psychillo, and Psychillo connects to put REKT up 6-0. And what was almost Eclipse getting on the board in this first half, it is shut down in a 1-for-1. Big shout out to everyone tuning in. I see Sleet's wife in here, cheering on their loving husband, I'm sure. Joshua Russell, G the Big Mac, Emu Shadow, Cooper Willis, Lino, Go Bonanza. I appreciate you all hanging out, tuning in, and enjoying what is so far a pretty interesting opening map 1 here from REKT as they are dominating this attacking half 6-0 against Eclipse, who have otherwise given them some tough times in regular season. Nice snap there from Nero. Really good shot. Pick up that kill on the rotation, and they pick up a double. Meanwhile, as smoke goes out, shots through it do pick up some damage. Pillar goes down. Pylon goes down on the side of Trev, but doesn't really matter with the Siphon down on the other side of the site. Chicken catches one. Trev's alone. And with a smoke wall up, I think that should debuff them as they cross through. No, it doesn't, as the Akari, not ready for that, goes down to a nice swing from Trev. 1v3 here for Trev to try and clutch up. Minute 14. Siphon, limited time left. That ability almost connects onto Trev as they do manage to push through. But in two, another player, Mad Dog, finds the kill over the top, and REKT are up 7-0. Now, we swap sides, but we stay the same colors and we stay on the same sides on the scoreboard. So Eclipse are now attacking, REKT are now defending, but the scoreboard doesn't change. The colors don't change, unlike some other games that you may be familiar with within the VRML. And what does change is what side the teams are starting on. So Eclipse now, again, are attacking, and REKT are defending. They've swapped sides on where they start, and so maybe this is where Eclipse bounce back, pull off a 8-0 attacking half. Frankly, they need to bring it to overtime, though, if they really wanted to win. Sleet does open things up nicely for Eclipse, at least on the attacking side. They get an early pick on the pistol half, and the ability comes out and goes over the top, pylon down, forcing Nero back off of that peek on the gap there through that doorway. Really nice pylon, giving them a lot of control over this midfield here. The ability of Trev there is to heal their teammates, and you can see the heal coming in out onto Hazmat, bringing them nearly back to, a healthy health. There's the tracking dart that comes out to identify locations within its AoE zone. So far, nothing. A bit of scanning coming in. That eye can identify players' positions. And I think it may have spotted out Nero down those bottom stairs. Another pylon to give more zoning and more control. And really good work here from Eclipse on the attacking side to push up using all of their abilities. Another heal coming off the back end. Another grenade that zones in, just barely misses Mad Dog, who doesn't take damage from that. Too many here, though, and Mad Dog does get overwhelmed. It leaves Akari on the backside in a 1v5. Picked off, and in a perfect turnaround here from Eclipse. They put one on the board. Finally on the board. See some surprise in chat as well. More people anticipating Eclipse to put up a bit of a better contest. And I think, again, it was I'm guessing Neil Yakuza definitely leans into the attacking side. We'll really find that out now as we do go into that full rifle round.
Start.
Everyone has their abilities, their utilities. Sleetso flying forward. Akari able to catch one. Cooper with a quick refrag, and B-Site quickly in their control. Ability comes out, and Trev catches a headshot over the top with a deagle. Sleetso finding Mad Dog, and REKT getting picked apart on defense as B-Site very quickly is siphon planted, and now Sleepy so far away, realizing that A was definitely not the play, that their entire team is gone behind them. Has to retake Siphon at B on a 1v4. Definitely feels like we're barreling towards a 7-7 map 1 at this pace. The tough thing for Eclipse and the rest of this series is that every moment, as Trev catches the headshot onto Sleepy, every moment,
Match point.
every round, they are staring down defeat. You know, REKT just needs one round win. Eclipse couldn't get one round win when they were attacking. So we'll see. I mean, these are two comparatively skilled teams, two similarly skilled teams going up against each other here in the postseason. I expect that, again, we could be very fast. I mean, we come down to some clutch 1v1, so there's going to be some tense moments here for the likes of Eclipse. That's a matter of a fact, but so far the attacking half has gone better for both teams. Opening pick, though, goes the way of Nero. The refrag not connecting. There's finally a double from Hazmat. Really nice ability use here.
Siphon planted.
Good wall, denying vision. Good zoning onto the corner there, forcing Mad Dog to push up. A vault up over the top that does get identified, and look at this into the corner. The swing coming in, and a nice pickup from Chicken over the top. Akari finds the quick refrag on the back swing, and it's up to Hazmat to hold things down, but Mad Dog finds the kill, and it's up to the duo to defuse the Siphon. They will, and this is all they needed. REKT finally lock in a defensive round, and map 1 goes into their hands wholeheartedly 8-2. In a dominating opening series for this team, they take a early map win. And again, in my opinion, I think maybe surprise a couple of folks at home, as Eclipse weren't able to get their footing at all here on Neo Yakuza for map 1. And a, 2-8 final score line for Eclipse and REKT taking our first map of the afternoon. We now get ready for map number 2. And if we're going to look at the match history, get an idea again of where we're headed. Neo Yakuza off the table. Nautica banned. So Depot seems unlikely based off how many rounds they've played it. Midtown probably. Bedrock definitely another one on the table there, but REKT don't have a solid win rate. 72 rounds played, 57% won. Maybe their worst map out of all of them. I mean, statistically it is. Apologies for the delay there. I was just trying to sort my map 2 info, and we are ready to get into that second map shortly. A quick shout out to everyone tuning in and standing by for what is the second map of a surprise opener here for REKT. Neo Yakuza going wholeheartedly their way 8-2, and Eclipse now have to bounce back on the second map, I think, of their choice. I'm not sure where we'll be heading, although I will honestly want to say map 1 was their pick. I was actually just looking at this. I was just reading the rules. And I do believe home choose map or side. Map 2 away choose map or side. That would mean that REKT, the away team here in this series, will be picking map or side for map 2. So I'm curious where we go for our second map. But again, a bit of an upset opener here for REKT and a very strong performance from them. They looked very good on their attacking half. Obviously, 7-0 is a great way to kick things off. And like I said, it puts every round from then on out in that half for Eclipse to be a high-pressure round. And you talk about high pressure when cash is on the line, when the ability to advance on to VRML con's on the line. It's hard to, it's hard to not let things tilt you, and not sometimes you see arguments occurring, live in the postseason. It's a very stressful time for a lot of teams, and it's what I love to see teams ultimately getting pressured. That's when you see sometimes diamonds become diamonds form, and so it's so far again a great opening series, a good start for REKT, but map 2 could be the decider for this series, or we could be getting to a third if Eclipse have anything to say about it. Second map is going to be Depot. I think I said Midtown first, so technically wrong, but I did throw out Depot there as an option. And if you look at the stats, no surprise that is where we're headed. A map that Eclipse have a strong win rate on, considering it's their map pick here for the away. No, actually, it would be REKT's map pick. But it's their best map, too. And if anything, Eclipse have played it the least between the two of them. So an opportunity for REKT to potentially take this in 2 maps on a map that they probably are a bit more comfortable on. It's not do or die. This is the winner's bracket. A reminder that the loser here goes on to play tomorrow, or then it's do or die. And if they lose, they are eliminated out of the postseason. But we are ready to dive in to map number 1 here as we do map number 2, excuse me, as we do go into Depot to kick things off. We do have Eclipse on the defense, REKT on the attack, and an exciting series on our hands. For you just tuning in, map 1 in this best of 3 series went to REKT 8-2 if you did miss it. It went by rather quick in what was a dominant attacking half for REKT. And so we see them starting attack again while they continue to set the pace, essentially, of this series to the beat of their own drum, so to speak. A good pylon here, going to slow down the duo up through the middle. Tracking dart comes out, gets shot before it identifies any info. Ability comes out over the corner, catches no one as the turret does a great job of stalling the squad out. Nice wall up over the top. The vault could be coming in, and a great ability from Hazmat connects. Sleep picks up one as well. And as the siphon goes down, no, it doesn't. Gee, the Big Mac finds the kill over the top. Nero at least gets one on the board. But the attacking side getting shut down as Akari is alone in a 1v4, full HP across the board as Waffle cleans things up with a deagle over the top and a solid hold from Eclipse. The first time today, Eclipse do take the lead against REKT for a opening 1-0 on map 2 on Depot.
Start.
A little bit of a trading back and forth up the middle. Sleep getting aggressive, finds two right away to kick things off for Eclipse. They continue to have a great defensive half. Mad Dog with a nice one tap over the top, though. Does get at least one back in order. Sleet, got to be careful of that, but Sleet has the backs of the team. No, not until they missed those initial shots, maybe a little bit too early. Nobody was looking up over the top towards the back there. As one shot does connect, does some good damage onto Sleepy. And Sleet thinking of what their potential options are as this team, with only 3 left alive in a 3v4, has 30 seconds left to make a move. A or B. Both options are here. Nero turns it into a 3v3. As maybe REKT aren't going to let this one go
Siphon planted.
for Eclipse the way map 1 went. Still, though, the whole team crashing now back to the Siphon. And Sleet here to kick things off with the first kill of the 3 defenders. The second kill of the 3 defenders. And I think they got the double earlier in this round. I gotta wonder if they're looking at the ace here. As Sleepy finds 1, can't get 2, and G catches the kills. Waffle defuses the Siphon. And a 2-0 out the gate for Eclipse. Let's look at the scoreboard.
Bye phase.
Yeah, 5 and 2. I think that was 4 for Sleetso. Confident moves and good shots over the top there for that double kill. Ooh, and the sword ability potentially coming out here from
Start.
Waffle. Sword, good for close quarters combat, obviously, but also able to deploy a shield. Block a little bit of bullets. It's not the, I don't think, strength of the hero, though. I think we see a lot of players typically utilizing those flashes pretty effectively. The dash and that speed boost. All things that come together for the tops. What's the name of that character? Look at this. Minute in, no kills on both sides. Both teams starting to try and slow things up just a touch. And over the top, Big Mac catches 1. The wall doesn't come up in time. Sleet finds another on the other side of the wall, which was not denying their vision. And there's a double kill for Sleet. In the chaos, 2 do make it to the other site, though. A wall does go up to deny some vision, and in the corner, Mad Dog cannot fend off the entirety of this team. Sleepy is here to do a little bit of work, but not before Sleep finds the kill and gets the defuse. Eclipse up 3-0 out the gate here on map 2. Very much trying to push us to a map 3 decider for this bets of 3.
The Siphon.
I was curious where that pylon would go.
Start.
The wall comes out, the flash on the corner. A teleport from Sleepy right into the entirety of REKT. That does not go well. And pickups over the top on sight. The swing over the corner. And the refrag from Mad Dog. Over the top, the shots there connecting from Big Mac, and with 2 alive this time. Eclipse will just barely scrape away with a 4-0 lead here. Another look at the KDs, 8 and 2
Bye phase.
for Sleet. The kill leader, 6 and 1 for G the Big Mac as they've started to step it up these last few rounds. An ult coming out right away to try and zone off some defense angles. Maybe what would be a pretty fast push and is on the other side there. Away from the kill leader. Ult comes out, wall comes up, ability over the top to try and identify some players. They'll go down and get restored back to their initial position of that cube that they placed. Nice pickup over the top. It's like Kilo catches Waffle. A big ult connects. Onto Mad Dog, but doesn't kill. And Siphon does go down despite it. Ankle bit there, and Mad Dog with 2 HP will get picked up by Sleet, who is pushing into sight, finds another. Sleet continuing to be a dominant force, but as they respawn, identified by Sleepy. The ult coming in from Trev, trying to get a little bit extra movement speed, a little bit extra aggression on the swing. Doesn't pay off, and Siphon has to be defused as Big Mac tries to do it under the smoke. They get scooped up. Nice defense here from Mikari, who finds the double. And REKT are finally on the board. The half not going one way for Eclipse here. It's not a 7-0 opener, and that's pretty big for REKT. It means that they don't have to continuously face down a map point when they do swap sides, like we did see for Eclipse in map 1. I'm seeing in chat that map 1 was just a warm-up for Eclipse. At this point, it certainly seems that way. Map 2 definitely going much more into their favor, but again, we'll see what happens when we swap sides. Ability comes out, utility toss. Nobody home on defending on this side. As Waffle finds another kill. A great pickup over the top. I am curious what the play is here from Eclipse. Seems to be a B site rotation, but all the fighting unfolding in the middle. They're not swinging around the long way to get to B. And if anything, in these small tunnels where I'm seeing most of the fighting happen. Mad Dog not ready for Trev in the tight corner. Catches that nice frag out, and now a 3v2 in favor of Eclipse. Make it a 3v1. As Hazmat finds a nice kill. And Nero, left alone in a 1v3, finds the first. Nice headshot there. Has 100 HP and 50 armor, but that doesn't matter for Trev and the headshot they deliver.
Last round.
Eclipse taking it to the last round, 5-1.
Bye phase.
A reminder that we do swap sides after this. The players do. They don't change colors or swap on the scoreboard. But after this round, we will see Eclipse go on the attack and REKT defending. And, well, Eclipse did get some attacking rounds on the board in map 1. But it was a 8-2 victory for REKT, so that's still TBD. We could see a similar result for Eclipse here in map 2. Oh, and what a pick from Waffles. A great headshot. Eclipse really starting to get into a groove here as Waffles and Trev clean things up. Find the final kills of the half. And we now swap sides for map 2, round 8. Eclipse definitely in the controlling chair here. Looking good on their coordination with plays like this. The 1-2 punch. Good comms, good teamwork, working together on the push up through that hallway. It is what you expect at the top level of the VRML, but always fun to see, no less. Ooh, and that's a good denial of vision, but the pylon placed quickly. Slows them down. A nice kill there from Trev. Here comes the push in. Their hero ability not connecting. Pylon going to deny them from swinging up, and Eclipse back off with a kill in their pocket, feeling that they've done their initial job here. Psychillo on the back. Can't get a double. Eclipse definitely surprised by the flank, but ultimately not a dire impact. Vision comes in. Good smoke that's dropped right onto the top of Kari's line of sight.
Fully charged.
Another down as Waffles swings in nicely, and with the siphon planted, Mad Dog has a 1v3 ahead of them.
Farewell.
Catches the first, has 100 HP. Heals are coming in, and not in time. Big Mac goes down. This could be the triple for Mad Dog with 2 HP. No, Trev shuts it down. And Eclipse just barely come away with their life. And the round, 7-1. Match point here for Eclipse as they look to do what REKT did to them in map 1, but a bit more of a severe degree, as they can win this next round. 8-1 victory map 2 would be better than the 8-2 that was delivered against them by REKT.
Start.
Ult comes out from Big Mac. Not going to find anybody. Sleet using their ability to push forward, extend up, and find info, and be able to snap back to their spawn point when in danger off of an early kill there. So a nice pickup and a drop back. And as they drop back, Sleet finds Psychillo on a flank. Siphon goes down from Eclipse on the attack. Another kill to Kari is all that stands between us and a third map.
Siphon planted.
Can't get the multi-kill they need, and with Sleet going 15-5, they'll take MVP. And map 2 into Eclipse's hands. We're headed to a third map to decide who is going to advance on to the semifinals next weekend, or who's going to be playing in the loser's bracket tomorrow. That is what's at stake here for our third map. Who is going to get closer to that North American trip out, to Denver, Colorado for the top 2 North American teams? It is got to be on both of these squads' minds as they do take this to a third map. And technically, if we're to add up everything, Eclipse are in the lead. 10-9 overall score But that doesn't matter. What does matter is where we go for map 3 and who is our winner there, because there will be no ties there for map 3. I'm getting a call that Plaza has been picked, but I don't even know that's a map. Maybe it's just an abbreviation for something. Let's find out as we do get ready for our third map. And a quick moment to shout out our sponsors, who do include Third Verse, the developers of X8, supporting VRML with $1,000 in cash to the prize pool, on top of flying out the top 2 North American teams to VRML Con. You can buy tickets to the event right now if you do want to watch these teams play live on stage. You can go to an event where we're going to have booths, demos, all sorts of giveaways, merch. The design for the t-shirt is sick. I can't wait to pick those up and have those on sale at that booth, at the convention. You're not going to want to miss it. And so, again, you can buy tickets right now. You're going to vrmlcon.com. And appreciate everyone who has already bought in their tickets. But a reminder that the hotel deal is expired on the 25th. So if you want to get in now on that deal where all the players will be on the same hotel where all the players will be staying, then you can right now by going to vrmlcon.com. Big shout out to Third Verse for supporting us. HypeREKT also coming in and giving away $2,000 in hardware at the convention. So a big shout out to them. And yeah, map 3 is going to be I was thinking Plaza might mean Midtown, but map 3 is going to be Midtown. This is an unknown. Look at the match history. This is kind of the middle ground for both these teams. 62, 59% win rates. REKT, definitely a substantially less amount of rounds played over the course of the regular season than Eclipse. But it does look like REKT will be starting on defense. So maybe that'll be a key element for REKT here on our final map of this best of 3. I've given the players the go-ahead, and they should be firing up our map 3 series decider. And also, while we have some time, a shout out to everyone tuning in. Again, I appreciate everybody that has been hanging out. Funny Man talking in chat, Dynamite in here, Bent, Cooper Willis continuing to hang out. Thank you all for enjoying what has been a great series and what is now another map 3 series decider. We had Acer lose in their third map, and they're in the losers bracket. Who is going to lose this third map here and get knocked into the losers bracket and be playing tomorrow for their chance to advance on to another round in the losers bracket? It's a lot of pressure from here on out. It's all on the line in a lot of perspectives. That's actually next weekend, technically. That's when it's really all on the line. But hey, every series win matters in the postseason, and we're going to see what we get from both of these squads as we get ready to dive in to map 3 on Midtown. I can see there in the chat, Sleetso's wife taking credit for Sleetso's performance in map 2, which was impressive. And I got to swap teams as Eclipse are on the attack for our opening salvo here in map 3, and REKT on the defense. We'll see which one of these squads is coming out on top and advancing to the semifinals next weekend. Right now.
2-1, baby.
There's both big ticket items coming out of in terms of zoning and AoE. Pylons going down. A little bit of vision control there as some smokes come out. Heals come in. Tracking dart should get some decent info. And as the swing comes in, Mad Dog catches one. Mad Dog barreling forward, goes down to Waffle, holding things down. An all-out brawl over B side unfolding as Nero able to scoop up Hazmat, and Eclipse are down to 3. Sleet with a big frag to get this back to a 3-3. With double pylons and a flank coming in, Sleepy Completely catches this team pinched. Sleetso finds Psychillo. 51 HP, 9 HP on the short corner. Sleetso catches another. They peek out looking for Sleepy in a 1v1. Sleepy 100 HP. Sleetso 1 HP. Has to catch the headshot. Has to surprise Sleepy and almost does. Sleepy able to tuck in. Knife comes out and Sleetso clutches it. I think Sleetso's wife should take credit more often, quite frankly, if this is the way they perform. A huge clutch on the final round there. Cannot believe that pistol connects, and Sleepy caught in an awkward moment of trying to throw the knife around the corner and getting caught knife in hand.
Start.
Down for good.
Another. Psychillo goes down. Starts to push in. A second kill. Make it a third. There's a triple. Waffle over the top, actually scooping it away. And Sleetso, feeling confident, finds Nero through the smoke.
Siphon planted.
A insane push forward. 7-0 on our opening 2 rounds here, as Akari is now alone. Siphon time ticking down. No way Akari is going to be able to push this off. Sleetso will find another one to tack onto the scoreboard. Goes 8-0. 4 kills in both rounds. 4 of the 5 players on REKT going down to the hand of Sleetso. Eclipse are back off of a rough opener where REKT dominated 8-2 in map 1. We start to see them gaining their footing off of an 8-1 victory themselves, and now a 2-0 lead here on the attacking half in our third and final map in the best of 3.
Just business.
I was going to switch off Sleetso, but I don't know if there's much point in it, considering they're going to continue to find a majority of these kills, it seems. Nero catches one through the smoke. Sleetso firing in. Not catching the kill over the top. Does go down finally, as Mad Dog shuts them down, but the Siphon is getting planted.
Siphon planted.
Their own pylon there, and shots over the top. Connect from Big Mac. Psychillo is here with full HP, though. And so is Trev with HP and armor. And a 1v1 on the corner. And Psychillo wins in the trade. A pylon denying them the ability to go up and effectively get rid of the Siphon, but with enough time. Psychillo is able to clutch it up and put REKT on the board in a pretty vital moment where Eclipse were either going to start to run away with the series, or
Buy phase.
REKT are going to get a little bit of speed, a little bit of momentum. 9-1, ready to break into double digits already off of 3 rounds. Meanwhile, Mad Dog's scooping up 3. And at the very least, the rest of REKT coming alive on kills across the board. We didn't see that when they were losing last map in map 1.
Start.
3-2 split. Sleetso opening things up on the push forward. As Mad Dog tries to poke and prod, Trev will pop out. Pylon for zoning. And the confidence to advance forward gets caught up by Psychillo, 1-for-1s. Sleetso finds that over the top, but they also had
Siphon secure.
Waffle here to push in. And there's 4 alive on site to the 2 of Akari and Nero, who have to rotate here
Siphon planted.
and now retake on Siphon. Ooh, and Hazmat peeks out to catch Nero. Akari continues to try and fight as the one left alive. Their ult comes in and catches Waffle. Siphon is ticking down. 3 left alive. I think Akari likely just trying to tuck in and survive, but Hazmat not allowing that. 3-1 for Eclipse here.
Buy phase.
What Akari was trying to do is carry their rifle through to the next round. Each round, teams have to buy their abilities and their guns if they die or if they use them. You get that cash by getting kills or winning rounds. And so it's why we tend to focus on kills, because that means that cash is going into the player's pockets so that they can use it to get all of the abilities they need to effectively orchestrate a strong push. And Eclipse trying to shift it up a little bit on the overall pacing of how they're pushing onto these sites. I don't think it's for a lack of abilities, as they definitely can afford them. In comparison, you are seeing REKT not even really rolling out here with full rifles in hand. The pistol there coming in and a very quick push off. And a good swing from Hazmat. They'll get quickly refragged. A nice pop back out from Mad Dog. Psychillo pinching on the back end, and Eclipse maybe getting a little bit aggressive on their entry. Do get picked apart just a touch. Leaves Waffle. Getting pushed from the back, finding the kill on a Psychillo regardless of it. And now worried about the player potentially behind them, who's tucked in and dead. A nice double kill from Waffle. 2v2 now. Smoke wall goes up, Waffle swings, catches a third. We're into a 1v1. Waffle barreling forward, has to worry about the pylon, and on the reload, Mad Dog peaks. A great use of their teammates' abilities, and a big win for REKT on the half. This map not going to go too one-sided on our opening 7 rounds.
Start.
Ult comes in. Does slow down the advancement of Eclipse. And with utility out, Akari tries to tuck into the smoke. Another wall comes up. Nero flies through it. Picks up one from a Hazmat, and on their flank there, the ult used from Sleepy, able to respawn them on the backside. Eclipse trying to fend off the pinch from Mad Dog, and a great bit of zoning there done from that grenade. Does catch big damage onto Mad Dog, who's left with 5 HP. Meanwhile, ECL, the entirety of Eclipse, pretty much full. The lowest being Waffle at 83 HP, but you compare that to Mad Dog with 5 and Sleepy, who is full. There's a little bit more HP stacked in favor of the Eclipse squad here to try and lock in a 4-2 lead. Hazmat almost finds a double on the reload. Does pick up 2. 4-2 over the top. Big Mac was still left alive, but regardless, a good bit of defense coming in from Eclipse to lock themselves in. A 2-point lead. You love to see it. The close battles coming down to the wire in Eclipse. hanging on as we get to the final round of the half before we do swap sides and reset economies.
Start.
Just taking a look at REKT where they're sitting up here.
Now that's a face-off.
Oh, and Nero can't get all the way into B. Sleetso's there on the back end to catch them, and
Siphon planted.
Sleepy here fighting Akari, swinging wide out, not connecting with much. Smoke does come in, but it's not going to deny the vision on their approach out. Second smoke thrown up the wall there. We're seeing a battle of hero utility as Sleepy pops out just in time on the flank. The kill comes in from Big Mac. And a double connected there to put them up 5-2 on the half.
Switching sides. Buy phase.
Let's take a look at the scoreboards and KDs on the afternoon as we do finish that half and swap sides. REKT go on the attack and Eclipse on defense. But Sleetso 13-3. Definitely doing a lot of work for the Eclipse squad.
Start.
Site control taken,
Siphon
but at the cost of a life, and everyone from Eclipse now going to crash back for the retake. Nero catches one with a long-range shot from their hero ability with a railgun all the way down to the corner. They'll pick up a second before going down from Sleetso. Sakillo tucks in, gets pushed out. Sleetso continues to barrel forward, connecting with heads. Hero ability coming out, not connecting for any kills. And Siphon has to get interrupted here, and you are seeing Hazmat find a key kill and Sleetso over the top while Big Mac finds the defuse and Eclipse get closer and closer to advancing on through the winner's bracket. The reality of REKT's situation may be starting to settle in here. Again, the underdogs arguably in this series if you look at matchup history.
I have the siphon.
Maybe starting to get a little bit concerned about the possibility of them getting bumped down to the loser's bracket.
Start.
Acer's down there. So if they do want to win through, they very well could be going up against Acer in the loser's bracket. Oh, and Hazmat peaks, catching the rotation. A big nade there that forces them to swing up and push. They get caught out on the vault over, and Hazmat catches Nero out. No chance. With moves like that, the sword coming in to shield. The shots over the top from Waffle, one-handed connect. Mad Dog is able to get over to A, though. Does get the siphon planted. Does catch a kill through the smoke, and Akari, all that's left. And gone. As Waffle finds the kill, and now a commanding lead, 7-2 for Eclipse, and 1 point away from them going through the winner's bracket, advancing on to the semifinals that'll get played out next weekend, where they'll have a chance to advance on to the grand finals, which will be live at VRML, and they will win themselves a trip out to Denver, Colorado, July 20th and 21st to play out those grand finals. $1,000 in cash on the line coming in from Third Verse, our sponsor. HyperX coming in with hardware giveaways at the convention.
Start.
Prize pool contributions from them as well for first and second place. A big shout out to them. We could be, no, we're not done just yet. It is map point. It is series point. REKT are backs against the wall, but there's still hope left. Great ability use there from Hazmat. Really catches one out. Waffle does go down as the pylon does slow Sleet So pushing in, and 3 left alive now. Eclipse maybe smelling blood in the water, getting a little bit over aggressive as Sleepy catches one. Mad Dog finds another, and now they're left with 2 in a 2v3. No sight control over at A. And they're not going to be ready for this tucked in. Oh, or are they? Nero goes down. A really great read from Sleet So.
Siphon planted.
Checking every single corner. Another flash around, doesn't catch a counter flash, catches one on the backside, stops them, and splits them. Sleet So flies out for the kill. Siphon continues to tick down in what is going to be a clutch from Mad Dog. No! Time left for the Siphon defuse. Eclipse will be advancing through the winner's bracket. And a bit of celebration on the Siphon.
As if I needed your validation.
It's 2 map wins and a best of 3 as they go 8-2 in map 3. MVP to Sleet So, and Eclipse continue to stay alive in the postseason. As do REKT, they just get knocked down into the loser's bracket. And so for tomorrow, we have REKT versus Heaven's Garden to kick off the day. Same time, same place, actually an hour earlier, 3 p.m. PST. And then Acer versus Rekuzen. The 2 winners of those matches play against each other next weekend, where we have a semifinals match, a loser's bracket, and then the finals live at VRML. There's a lot to look forward to. I think actually we're going to have 3 series. The semifinals, which is Eternity and Eclipse. Then the loser's bracket, which is 2 games played, and the winner there will advance on. It's double elimination. A shout out to everyone tuning in, hanging out, and enjoying what was a great best of 3 here. The North American region on display. A fantastic back and forth, and ultimately hats off to Eclipse for again advancing forward and battling Eternity next weekend. That is all I have here on the desk for me, though. There's no more games left in the afternoon. We do have, again, 2 series tomorrow, so be sure to tune in back then tomorrow at 3 p.m. PST, 6 Eastern for, again, a 2 best of 3 series. But, yeah, that's all I have. Hats off to our sponsors, Third Verse, HyperX. Appreciate you coming in and contributing to the VRML and the prize pool. Mine has been Nightfire with 2 E's. Until tomorrow, stay classy. VRML is brought to you by Helga, the esports manager, Triangle Factory. Thanks for watching VRML.